Hello Stampers! Today we're going to make this beautiful card. It's doing the stained glass technique, which is one of my favorites. We'll be using Indescribable gifts as the set. You notice it's got flower and several greetings. You could use it for Easter. I decided not to use any greetings for this card because I felt like the greeting would overpower it. This is a card that I did for a swap at Leadership and it was very popular. I did it in other colors. This is Blushing Bride and Sahara Sand. Here it is in Rose Red and Sahara Sand. Wisteria Wonder and Sahara Sand. And today we're going to do it in Crushed Curry. Okay, you're going to need a few things. You're going to need Crushed Curry cardstock, Whisper White cardstock, Vellum cardstock, Sahara Sand cardstock. You're going to need, of course, the stamp set, the Indescribable gifts. You're going to need the framelits labels. We're going to use the second from the largest and the third from the largest framelits for this card. And later we'll be using the Jewels Basic Pearls. And we'll be using this lovely lace embossing folder. All right, let's get started. All right, the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to decide if you want to cut out your vellum cardstock first or if you want to emboss it first. It really is a personal preference what you want to do. I prefer to cut mine out first, but for this one I'm going to show you. I'm using the embossing buddy to get off any of my oil from my skin or any static that might be on it. Then I'm going to ink up my stamp using the Versamark. And I turn it upside down just to get a better, so I could see the coverage better. And then I'm going to center it, and I kind of turn it to the side. And I'm going to give a good push. Looks good. I'm going to cover up my Versamark so it doesn't dry out. And I'm not sure if you'll be able to see, but there's a slight watermark effect there. And then I'm going to use black embossing powder and I'm going to emboss it. And just going to do a little bit like this. And it looks like that. Looks like I still need a little bit over here on this one edge. So I'll put a little bit more there. Got it. All right. Then I would use my heat gun and emboss it. I'm not going to show that. I don't want to hurt your ears. So this is what my finished product would look like. So I've embossed it and I've cut it out using the large one, you can see. Then I'm going to flip it over, and you can either color leaves first or the flowers first, it doesn't matter. For this one I'm using the Crushed Curry marker, and I'm going to use Always Artichoke and Old Olive. The color wheel says that Old Olive works really great with it, but I thought that I might, on this particular one, use the Crushed Curry for the stem. You could even use brown for the stem if you wanted. So, I mean Always Artichoke, not Crushed Curry. So I'm going to use Always Artichoke on the stem. You could use brown, like I said. There's just a little bit of stem there, and then I'm going to go in with my Old Olive. And I'm going to color my leaves using the brush tip in. And you'll do like that. And as you color, you can flip it back over to check your work. And you would continue coloring it until you get it all done. You do some of your flowers. Oops. And you can color them like so. And you get it all colored. And I didn't get it all colored, but I'm trying to preserve time. Flip it over. Now, it doesn't look that great sitting there, but once you set it on your white background, look how it pops. So this is using all Always Artichoke instead of alternating Always Artichoke and the Old Olive. And I think I would have preferred to do Old Olive for the leaves and Always Artichoke for the stem, but it was too late after I'd already done it. So there's that. And I adhered that to my Very Vanilla. So I cut out a Very Vanilla piece like this. I cut that out with the second to the largest from the framelits. And then I'm going to cut out to make my black frame. I'm going to use the second to the largest, and I'm going to use the third from the largest, and I'm going to cut out my frame that's going to look like this. And then it's probably easiest to use your mono multi-adhesive around the frame to get it to go on your piece. So it'll look like that. I'm going to run my crushed curry through the Lovely Lace embossing folder, and it will turn out to look like this. And then I would adhere that to here, then I would adhere that to here, and then I'm going to use some of my basic pearls and add them as an accent. And then you come out with one of these lovely cards like this. I hope I've been helpful today, and just a little thought, if you have a chance, always stamp.